Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic on the Black Plague difficulty for the PC, played through GZDoom. We are also doing all levels at one start, and this is Episode 2, Mission 9, the Glacier. Let's begin. So, you will see several egg sacs in front of you, and some crystal vials, which we might need later. And we are also behind the blue key door, which is the last key we will need in this map. But the first thing first, we can push these egg sacs over here to deal with these saber claws, provided one doesn't get in the way. And pushing the egg sacs over there will cause a chain reaction, which is always nice to see. So several egg sacs blow up, and several saber claws go down. Now, watch out for these fire gargoyles, because they are a pain in the ass. Because they can hit you from afar, and your aim will go directly towards the egg sacs or the saber claws, which are body blocking them. Sometimes you might run out of ammo, which means you'll have to use the staff, which is not useless against the saber claws, at the very least. Because it pushes them back, even if it's just a little bit. So we'll have some staff action. I might as well get that in a video. Yeah. This isn't a fun weapon to use, but it can deal with saber claws. And that is fine by me. But I believe if we go down this next stairway, there is an ethereal crossbow and a morphobum. And more gargoyles throwing flames at you. Fun! Now that most of the saber claws have been dealt with, we can grab all the goodies in these like holes here. Now one of these holes has a secret when you go down all the stairs, I believe. It has a claw orb, a quiver of ethereal bolts, and an energy orb. We can grab the energy orb first. But this is in fact a secret area, which has a Disciple of the Sparrow guarding a crystal vial and a bag of holding, which we can use to grab more arrows, if we haven't used them all already. Now, these egg sacs respawn, but what you can do is push them down to make a bomb pile. And sometimes you might push them back. And when you do that bomb pile, you might get a good chain reaction out of it. Might being the key word, which is why I'm doing it right now. Because there are several saber claws down there, and they want to eat your face. Or blade it off. Whichever comes first. Maybe they want to do both, I don't know. So push these egg sacs down. And not use them, I guess. But blow them up just for the heck of it. Get that chain reaction. Just look at that thing, it's gorgeous. Now leave with these gargoyles down here. And you can climb the eponymous glacier. I believe this is the eponymous glacier. I might not even be pronouncing that right. But anyway, we can climb it. And it's slippery, just like the other things of this texture, the other floors. But when we get to the top, we get this yellow key and these gauntlets. And there's a portal here, but we're not going to take it just yet, because since we climbed to the top of the glacier, this area opened up. But we are also not going to use that area just yet. We are going to grab the quiver, and it will open up these stained glass windows with several Disciples of the Sparrow waiting for you. And this trap is in fact a secret, which has several items, including the Dragon Claw, the torch, and some coarse flasks, and a total power, if I had not mentioned that before. Sorry, it's a little hard to talk when you're fighting these guys. Now, you can use the torch, but first we're going to blow these up. Now we can use the torch, and we can also use the Shadow Sphere since we got that in the first platform. Because Undead Warriors are back. Boy, I missed them. And pressing that switch up there lowers or raises this wall, which you can go down and see these were-dragons. And this place is also dark. It flickers sometimes, but it's good to use a torch in this area because it's usually dark. Now, when you go into this portal here, you will be greeted by a were-dragon and several gargoyles. And they hurt sometimes. It is a nasty trap. But when you go through that portal, you will be sent back to the starting platform. So what I'm going to do now that I took all that damage is take another quartz flask. If you didn't take any damage, you don't need to. But I am going to do that. And I'm also going to take this one, which I found here as well. But I came back here for a reason. You can use the Wings of Wrath to fly up here. And while you're at it, you can probably use the Tome of Power too. Because an Iron Lich will reveal itself. So deal with it. And the area it was in was a secret area. So go in it. And you're done with that area, I believe. Yeah. Now that we have the yellow key, we can open the yellow door and go in here and deal with all these baddies. Several were-dragons are here, and they can give you quite a beating if you're not ready for them. I wasn't ready for them last time, so I took a beating. There are some goodies in these holes here, like a chaos device if we need it. Some quartz flasks, which I in fact need right now, and some time bombs of the ancients, another weapon we haven't seen in a while, or item even. Well, they're kind of like both. Going in here has more time bombs. This second hidey hole to the left. But before we do anything else, I'm going to deal with these disciples. And I'm going to use the chaos device as a last measure. Yeah, it doesn't send you too far, but it gets you out of the way. Because I got hit pretty bad by those were-dragons. I forgot about them. They are to the left and to the right of the areas. They are also in several other little hidey holes. So don't mess with them. Don't underestimate them. Because they hurt really bad. They're also in here too. And what we can do, maybe, is morph them. At least one of them. Or two of them. Whoa, there was another one that came out of this area. I believe this one right here. But now that this area is clear, we can pick up some crystal vials if we need them. And which I do. And going into these areas have these fellas, gargoyles, basic gargoyles. Huh. I use the Tome of Power with the gauntlets just to regenerate some health. Always a good thing, at least for me. Now going into this area has some egg sacs, which were guarding a green key. But opening this up, or getting the green key, will open up this area with these Disciples of the Sparrow. So deal with them once you get the green key. But now that you have the green key, you can go into this area. And I'm going to try to use up this gauntlet power. Perfect. So now I have a bit of health for this area, which has several gargoyles, several disciples, And I believe some undead warriors too. Our old pals. The good old axe throwing chums. You can also deal with the gargoyles while you're here. Which I'm gonna do right now. Now, this part has the blue key, the final key. And this lava pool has some orbs, an inferno orb and a flame orb. 2 of them, in fact. Now, this part, with the egg sack in front of it, has a portal. And when you go behind the portal, you will get a secret with a phoenix rod. And this part opens up to reveal this place we've been through before. But when we go through the portal, we'll go through this area, back to where we were, except on the other side. Lovely symmetry. Now we can go down this stairway to reveal nitro golems and undead warriors. We can use the time bombs on them, provided they actually hit and we get our timing right. Lure them here, probably. Or not. There's also an Iron Lich over there, which we can use the Phoenix Rod on. 2 good results. Now this misaligned texture here has a secret in it, which is a Ring of Invincibility. Perfect. And there's also a Quartz Flax here if you need it. But one of the key things here is this enchanted shield, which is perfect. Now, this Lich also dropped a Morphobum. Doesn't always do that, but if it does, it's a good thing. Because there are more golems here, and another torch here, if you want to use it. I'm going to use the leftover time bombs to get some good kills. And this golem, or no, this undead warrior here, this ghostly undead warrior, is guarding a mystic urn, which will regenerate all your health. So you can go from 1 to 100 in one quick motion. Now this, when you step over it, it will open up this misaligned texture here, which reveals the Hell Staff, which is fine by me. And I believe that's most of the secrets, but when we go here, up to this blue door, we will have some disciples waiting for us. And unfortunately, I don't have a Tome of Power, otherwise I would use it on them. Because the Tome of Power, Hellstaff, and Disciples are a good thing to use. It's fun to use the Hellstaff tomed up against Disciples. Deals with them rather well, at least in my experience. But the regular Hellstaff works too. Now, pressing this will open up the exit area when we can go into the room, but not through the exit portal, because this part opens up too when we go into the room. So deal with the disciples in this room and go through either portal. I'm going to go through the right one first, because this place has several items, including a map scroll and some mace spears. We can find the Firemace on this map, and you might have found it already if you were doing a playthrough and got this far, but I haven't because it hasn't spawned for me. But like I said, there's a 75% chance of it spawning, and I managed to be part of the 25. Oh well. Now what you want to do is take the Ring of Invulnerability, turn it on before you go into here, because several disciples of the Sparrow are waiting for you here. So, use the Hell Staff to deal with them. And you can use the Time Bomb of the Ancients to deal with this guy. Lovely. There's another Mystic Urn, And the final secret of the level, yes. But that should be everything for this level. No, I am missing 2 kills, and I believe I know where. Yeah. I missed a few kills here with these fire dragons. Now that they're dealt with, you can get this Dragon Claw, which you probably don't need because you probably got the Dragon Claw from the starting area. I sure as heck didn't need it. Anyways, I believe we are done with the Glacier. For real this time. Yeah. So, let's finish off the level with Morphobum the Wall, Torch, Mystic Urn, even though we're at 96 health, and the Pirouette. I can't do it. But yeah, that was the Glacier. Kind of a challenging map, just like E2M9, perhaps even more so. There were several areas here that were a doozy. The Were-Dragon area was one that got under my skin sometimes. But if you manage to dodge projectiles better than I do, you will get through this level without a problem. Now that we are done with E2M9, we can go back to E2M5, which is the Catacombs, which we will do in the next video. So until then, toodaloo.